common changes. Over and done. Let's get what everyone is looking for. You want the Feng expert to talk about Feng. I briefly went over the changes, so I have an idea of what is new for Feng, but I'm seeing everything. I'm gonna see everything for the first time with everybody here. So I don't know what anything looks like. I have an idea of like what it's supposed to be, but you will all be seeing it for the first time with me. In Season 2, Feng has received adjustments that slightly tone down the effectiveness of low-risk pokes while expanding his offensive options from lingering shadows. That is interesting. So they want to like do more with his crouch dash, and they want to stop him from being so much of a poke character. So I get that, but I'm like really curious how that will come out in practice. In Season 1, moves related to Lingering Shadow had low effectiveness. Also, Feng had few moves that could track opponents sidestepping to the left, forcing him to rely on fast low pokes to maintain pressure. To address this, in Season 2, the startup speed of Crouching Dash 1 has been increased, making it easier. The speed has been increased? I always get like confused, like the speed or the startup frames. But it's the speed has been increased, so it's easier to catch opponents. Additionally, the block risk of that move has been reduced. Additionally, more moves now allow transition into Crouch Dash, including back 3, which is really interesting. During Shifting Clouds 2, no one on block. A new move, back 4-2 on hit or block him going to Crouch Dash has also been added, functioning in a 12-frame pressure that transitions into Lingering Shadows, furthering expanding Feng's offensive toolkit. To address Feng's weaknesses against sidesteps, Forward 4 has been adjusted to include tracking against leftward movement, allowing him to better cover his vulnerable direction. Additionally, following the overall balance adjustment in Season 2, the Power Crush move, forward 1+2 is no longer a heat engager. Instead, it's going to Wild Rising 1-3. That's fucking crazy. Like, I don't know if you understand how insane that is. Like, he's gonna, like, I guess I wanna like, it's the second change, so we'll see it real soon. But depending on what the follow-up is, while standing 1-3, that's his 13-frame while standing Punisher. So he, like, stuff like down 2 hatchet kick, you're gonna get heat engaged for that. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to go through this. I've been like waiting for this all day. Okay, that's sad. That makes me sad. But you know, whatever. It looks like it wall splats though. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. So you can still kind of like, if you think someone's gonna like get out of here and just like force their way out, I guess you could do that. Adjusted the tracking performance to make it more likely to hit the opponent sidestepping to the left. We can actually test that. Okay, cool. That's actually pretty good because I get sidestep for this all the time. Let's see if it catches to the right. Okay, still vulnerable to the right. So I like that he still has a weak side, you know? That's good that he still has a weak side. But anyway, okay, what everybody's been looking for, the next change, while standing 1-3. Let's see. Oh shit, that's fucking cool, man. That's so fucking rad. And it's still -6. This is what I'm curious about. Okay, so you don't get a full punish. That would be wild if you could. It's just the standard like, it's the standard like the heat dash that he gets off like shoulder. But let's see, shoulder gives you 51, so this gives you slightly more damage. But I guess the risk too, I guess you can't like pressure off this for free just because this is duckable. This doesn't jail. And players like Lemon Drops, for instance, he's really good at ducking this. And as I was doing my like Tekken God run, I faced a lot of people that were able to duck that. But just being able to like get 51 damage off -13 for crouching, that's gigantic, I think, for Feng. Counter hit has been changed to that to match that of, oh, okay, that doesn't get, who gives a fuck? So okay, you don't get the stomp. You don't get the follow-up stomp, but you wouldn't delay this anymore. Like you wouldn't use this, that's not really a nerf. The 3 not counter hitting is not a nerf. So let's just be clear on that. Because the only reason why this would be a nerf is if you're delaying it to try to... Sorry, I'm going to move this. Delaying it to try to get the counter hit. But now you wouldn't do that because the purpose of this move is an I-13, just a straight I-13 heat engager that leads to a follow-up. Back-facing opponent for back-face 2. Oh yeah, so this is this is -9 now. That's crazy. And it's still... So this is nuts. Honestly, this is crazy. This is a humongous buff. It says that there's a nerf. Oh, the damage has changed from 27 to 20. That like actually doesn't matter because this is a huge buff. No. I did not just see that. No, there's no way. There's no fucking way. There's no way. There's no way. No fucking, no shot, no fucking way. It says adjusted the opponent's behavior on a ground hit from heat dash, making aerial combos possible. If I had just read 2 more sentences, oh, I want to see that. They took this away. From, this was a big reason why he was like top 5 on release because of this, like heat dash, he had this before and then they took it away in the 1.5 patch and people thought like, okay, he's a bit down to earth. And the crazy thing, dude, this is fucking safe. It used to be -13. There's no fucking way that everyone got their heat engaging power crushes like removed and he just gets to keep his, and not only does he keep it, it's like omega buffed. This is not real. This is not real. Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna win Evo this year, except I'm not going to Evo, so I'm not gonna win. Oh, you want to see some? Oh wait, guys, I gotta go back for a second. You want to see something? Because Lemon Drops requested something that was gonna make him mad. I'm gonna show you something that's gonna make you mad. Ready? That's some bullshit that's gonna make you mad. They gave the back turn to heat dash is a launcher now. Okay, this is the new move that I really wanted to try. Ooh, that's cool, man, dude. Look at that. I love that move, dude. I look at the animation of that, man. That's so fucking sassy, bro. But let's see. So you can get crouch dash off this, right? Oh, and it gets +8, but the CD moves from this string is a lot slower. They said they made this faster, but it's not faster, and it's -14. I thought they said that this was gonna be. Oh, the animation is. I thought this was supposed to be like, they said it was supposed to be less recovery. Either way, it doesn't matter. So, dude, the problem that I'm having with this a little bit, dude, is like the execution for the normal like crouch dash while standing 1 seems to be a bit different for the new move. So, right? So usually I would just to do this, I just don't complete the quarter circle forward. So if you look at my inputs, I just do down, down, forward, and then go to neutral to get this. But if I do the quarter circle forward, I get the crouch dash 1. But like for this new move, I don't go to quarter circle forward and I still get crouch dash 1. I see what you're saying. You can still kind of get it, but it's just like, exactly. You basically have to do like, you have to be Steve. Oh, good question. Can you tap up? No, you can't. So this is crouch dash up. So this is like a different like, it's like a limited version of his crouch dash. Feng just low key got like a -12 punish. That's like, I feel like that's kind of a cool change because they're sort of rewarding players who have like that want to optimize that, like the knowledgeable types of players that know something is like -12. If you're knowledgeable enough about the game to know something is -12, you can get almost 30 damage off this, which is pretty. This is a chunky move. Wait, I need to check if this is. I am assuming that this doesn't jail. I'm saying all this assuming that it doesn't jail. Yeah, okay, good. If it jailed, I would have been like, it's over for you fools. Huh, okay. This character is so goofy, man. So it's basically like the same thing. So if you want to punish me, like, your choice is between like basically crouching or trying to interrupt it. So that's interesting. Basically, you do have to like crouch dash cancel this to make it safe. Because if I do the crouch dash and I just hold back, I get punished, right? But if I like cancel it super quick, I can make this safe. This is I really like this. I think this is great. Because one thing that Feng was kind of lacking is like execution, honestly. He's like he's honestly like pretty easy to play. The difficulty is like just knowing what to do when. So this gives him like a slight execution barrier, which I think is good. It adds a little depth. Like being able to, you're gonna need to be able to crouch dash cancel to get the most out of it. Spent a lot of time on this back 4 too. So let's move on to the next move on this list. This one's called Golfing Sea Splitter. Oh, during heat. Sorry. Oh my fucking god. There's no fucking way, dude. No way. There's no fucking way. So this is crazy, right? You can get 51 damage off a heat dash and lose all your heat off of like a 13 frame punish. Otherwise, you could do this for use part of your heat to get 33 damage. If you want to keep some of your heat. And apparently this wall splats? No, there's no fucking way. Oh, okay. I wonder, can you, so one thing I just want to test again. Okay, so you can still float him out. So, moving on. Alright, let's go to back 3 on hitter block. Back 3 on hitter block, you can do the new move. So you can... This is kind of cool. The behavior of back 3 on hit changed, right? So this isn't knockdown. The knockdown on back 3, I didn't love it. Like, obviously a knockdown is a knockdown. It's good, right? But them staying standard, like, that works for me, you know? They're still in range for, like... Let's try to do this from, like, point blank range. They're still in range to get, like, hit by my I-10, right? And I have 6 frames to work with. Down forward 1 still hits. Oh shit. So I'm just trying to like theorize like, okay, so back 3 counter hit, you get the old effect. Minus +4. So this changed from +6 to +4, which is, I mean, it's regrettable, but whatever. I feel like this is gonna be really good for pressure. If they're blocking here, you just do this. And that's really easy to do too. So if they press after that, or you could just fucking loop it again and stay in their face. What happens, like, let's see what happens if they like block all and then say they like sidestep left. Oops. Okay, so that a second one would whiff. That's actually an execution error here. So this would catch that. So there's kind of like this interesting little like game that we're playing here. So it seems like, okay, so counterplay for New Feng, right? If they're like looping this and they do another one, kind of sidestep it, right? What happens if they do a second one? Of course, if they don't even crouch dash cancel it, that's just free real estate. they can stop that with crouch dash 4, but the other options get beat, right? Not that one, but while standing 1. While standing 2 still hits, but I guess basically just while standing 1. So just don't do that if you're the Feng player. So after back 3, we forgot to look at headbutt. We forgot to look at headbutt. Oh, will this frame trap? Actually, I didn't test this at all. So let's just check. Oh no. No fucking way. No fucking way, dude. So, oops. This is great. This is honestly pretty incredible. Let's move on. 3, Shifting Clouds. During Shifting Clouds 2 is another one. That's good, because this move kind of sucked. This kind of gives them an option to like continue pressuring if they just block high, because this is minus, or this is only plus, it's +1. So that would, so while standing 2 would frame trap them, right? For the little +24 knockdown that we saw. And then you just get all the other stuff that we saw earlier. A little bit riskier than the back 3 option, just because, you know, less plus frames. I feel like your ability to utilize this is going to be really important. Just being able to stay in their face, but definitely will be experimenting a lot on that. He has a new move. Is that just his new... That's just his new heat smash. Okay. I don't really know what to think about that. New transition to a throw on hit. Okay, so that's what's changing. So basically if you hit from any angle, if you hit the first hit, okay. Behavior on wall hit? What does that mean? Because this did wall splat. Let's see. Oh, so this is a nerf, man. This is a fucking nerf, dude. I don't know. His heat smash was bad already. So it basically, he just gets more. It gets a cool new animation. He gets more damage. It sort of magnets the opponent, I guess you could say. So if the first hit hits, then the second hits won't drop or whatever. But he loses the wall splat, which is a bit sad, because that's like, I don't know, that's, what else were you going to use his heat smash for? Okay, he still gets Shifting Clouds if you do it on block. So overall, that's a nerf. I would say that's a nerf. Okay. Moving on. Forward 4. So this is the move that they said now tracks to the left. Let's check. Definitely. What more can you say? Of course it's a this is a huge buff. Still whiffs on sidestep right. So he's coming for, I feel like they're taking him from a sidestep left character to like, you have to step him right now. Which honestly, that like sort of like delineation, I feel like was a bit loose anyway. I don't feel like he was like critically sidestep left. He's just kind of like you sidestep him. I mean, obviously I like this. And the best part about it too, right, is because of the alignment changes. Like, you can get the full combo here. Maybe that doesn't work, the full combo. But either way, right, so this is gonna be really good for people who step Feng to the left. So here's the situation, right? So if they like to sidestep and you want to make them stop, you do back forward 2 into crouch dash if you want it, and then, you know, party time that way, however you want to do that. Or if you want to take a risk and you think that they're gonna sidestep left, you go for forward 4. That's how you beat stepping in season 2 with Feng. You have the safer option in back forward 2. Obviously everything has risk. Say that you know for sure, you have a read that your opponent likes to sidestep, but they might be sidestepping both ways, right? So there's not like a clear answer on like which way they want to go. So if you're not sure, you just do back forward 2, and then you have a choice between getting 29 damage, which is really good, or you can get 29 damage and then additional pressure. You try to catch them if they're trying to step again. The crouch dash 1 will catch them, and it's a low. You can take even less risky options. Go for that. And then say, and like I was saying, if you're aware that they are going to, if you know they're going to sidestep left for whatever reason, and you want to take that risk, then you just go for forward 4, and then you get a big combo. So it's like less risk, 29 damage, more risk, something like 60 damage or something. Reduce the distance between characters after a successful punch parry. Alright, we're just gonna skip that one. I feel, why are these Sabakis not working? Back facing opponent, reduce the distance on opponent from hit. That's kind of a non-change, because you basically always want to go for shoulder, which is good because of how far it reaches. Not change. Forward 4-3. I saw this. They basically before, if you did forward 4-3 into shifting clouds, it was +4. If you did it without the transition, this would be +8. Then if you do it with the transition, it's +4. Right? That's the old way. So this would be +8, and then this would be +4. But now they just made this +8 across the board. So I guess the only thing I can see it changing is like this will now counter hit. PP jab will now lose to this. So you can get, if someone is very happy about PP jabbing your shifting clouds pressure, you can just 1+ to it and make them pay. Definitely a buff. Forward 4. So are they talking about like the? Oh, okay. So that the whole idea, right, is you get them against the wall, and then you would try to like. Let me see if I can demonstrate this. Sometimes you would do this. Sometimes this would whip, but so now they want you to just do the back 4-2, which doesn't wall splat. So there's some strategic decision making to make there. If you want to try to go for the back 1, if you think you have the distance to wall splat and get the big chunky damage, or if you just want straight like 29 damage, which I guess would be scaled because it's a guard break. Cool change. Okay, so crouch dash 1. So let's look at this. This is super fast now. That's crazy. So this is like fully unseeable if you do it quick enough. Startup of attack has been changed from 22 frames to 23 frames to 18 frames to 19 frames. Okay, that's cool. Reduce the distance to the opponent on hit. So okay, it keeps you closer. Got it. Now transitioned in. Oh, what? Crouching state. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. I like this. It kind of gives this a little bit more utility. So they want you to use this move more. So here's the sequence, right? And now you're in crouch state. Do stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Reduce the attack hitbox, making it easier to evade with side steps. Okay, that's fair. So this move used to be super duper tracking, and it seems like if you do like the new crouch dash transition, the tracking is still relevant, but maybe in neutral it's not as good. Reduce the opponent's recovery time. Okay, so it reduced the damage and reduce the frame data. So it used to be plus on hit, now it's 0. I think that's fair. It was a little ridiculous that it was +2. Behavior on of the opponent on counter hit has been changed. Oh. Yeah, that's a fucking nerf, bro. Oh, wow. So it's -12 guarded. So you can't even link anything off of it. They say they reduced the pushback, but it's still like a little ways away. This used to be his highest damage counter hit starter. It is no longer that. Cool. I mean, that sucks. Behavior on counter hit, expanded the hurt box. Okay, and so now this no longer whiffs mids, or it no longer crushes mids. Ah, man. Yeah, this move is nerfed. Let's see. Let's move along. Crouch dash 2. Yeah, this is much faster too. It's minus. I guess it's -12. So it's not like it's not punishable in the same way that like a typical hop kick is punishable. To increase the variety of aerial combos, attack hitbox has been expanded downwards. Increase the variety of aerial. That's it. That's what they're. Oh, that's what I was. That's what I. Okay, that's what they want you to do with this. It's like my bread and butter is still like better than that. 59. $59? Wait a minute. Tornado. Oh. Holy shit, man. Oh, dude. $87, dude. Yeah, 87 damage there. I'm pretty sure we can hit 50%. There we go. Oh, we're just south of 50%. That's 88 damage. So, any Feng players looking for your new bread and butter, this is gonna just basically take your normal, like the main bread and butter that all the pros use, the hop kick, down forward 1, forward, instead of doing down forward, see, even that is like harder to hit. Everyone's here, so I'm nervous. So instead of going for that, you just, after the jab, back 3 into this. And there you go. There's your new combo. Okay, so next change, we're down to up back 1. This is the new input for his backswing blow. So this is going to be very annoying. I think that you're going to see more Fangs using this. Let's see what the counter hit. They're saying that the damage has been lower. I'm going to guess that you don't get a counter hit launcher after this. Yeah, okay. You shouldn't get a counter hit launcher. Shoulder is plenty. This used to launch if you hit them on counter hit. So you're going to see this more often just because of the inputs. I don't really need to go into that too much more. So let's just keep going on here. We're going to stomp. So stomp, recovery time on hit has reduced recovery time on hit by 3. So I think that means that it's now, I'm assuming it used to be plus 19 and now it's plus 21 or plus 22. I don't know what that changes though, because it knocks down. That's still guaranteed, I think. Really not much to go on there. Just some, like, I feel like some housekeeping changes to that move. Down forward 3, change the damage from 21 to 17. Oh, okay. So we were wondering like why I was getting less damage earlier, and they reduced the damage. That makes sense. It's just gonna be a bit harder to get damage if you go for down forward 3. So this is nerfed, and this is a good reason. It's just like the fact that this is still like safe is incredible. Like still, right? They did the same damage down forward 3 and sidestep 4. So this was just like, if you sidestepped him, that was a pure 50-50 that the reward is the same no matter what you chose. But reducing the damage on this I think is totally fair, and I think getting its damage reduced at 4 is kind of steep, but it was bound to happen. Back 4. Okay, we went over this earlier. It's unsafe, but there's a whole mind game to this move now, right? What do we have next? Up forward 3. Opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 6 frames. The advantage on block has changed from -1 to -7. I feel like that is fair. Or -7 is fair. Wall rising 2. The opponent's behavior on hit has been altered to not induce wall stun. That's a little bit of a bummer that doesn't wall splat, but you know, what can you do? Okay, so now we're down to his crouch dash. Fix an issue where inputting back during the move allowed standing guard. Bug fix while crouching. This move, distance of when the first hit connects, the second one is more likely to hit. I appreciate that. Adjusted behavior when the first hit connects on a downed opponent, preventing second hit from landing as an aerial hit. That's hard for me to sort of demonstrate, so I'll just take their word for it. Shifting Clouds 4, reduced backward movement after the move. Oh, I see. See how he kind of steps forward after Shifting Clouds 4? I feel like that's new. Because there used to be some distance. Now there seems to be less distance. At +3, that's pretty good. Back facing opponent, down 3. This looks like a bug fix. Alleviate an issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. I don't really know what they mean by what they're saying here. But whatever. It sounds like it's not a nerf, so I'm not worried too much. Well, let's do this. I really want to just like kind of go through like I have my notes here for Feng. Let's see. Forward 1+2. Verdict. Nerf. While standing 1-3. Verdict. Big buff. Back turn 2. Verdict. Omega buff. Back 4-2. So I think, you know, don't need to get super into all of the crouch dash applications, but verdict, buff. Back forward 3+4. We're gonna put this as TBD. We're not quite sure. Back 3 crouch dash. We call this new applications after back 3. How deep the yo, what's up, Fortacero? What really brief stuff got toned down. Shaheen, Aliza, Lily lost their really strong stuff that was used a lot, but a lot of the weaknesses got covered. No need to doom. Yeah, in my opinion, just means you can't abuse a few really strong things. That's a reasonable take from Mr. Fort. Let's see. Moving on to back 3. So new applications after back 3 with crouch dash. That I feel like it's really gonna be remains to be seen as far as like how powerful those applications are. I feel like several factors are gonna be your own personal execution and your own personal creativity. I feel like this is really gonna open up with time. Back 3 is probably gonna be the best way to get this new crouch dash because of the massive plus frames off back 3 compared to some of the other options that go into this new crouch dash. So I'm just gonna leave it at new applications after back 3 with crouch dash. Power remains to be seen, but exact power remains to be seen. Exact power remains to be seen, but still very promising. Verdict. This is, I'm gonna just call this a buff. STC2. Verdict. Buff. Heat smash. We're gonna call that a nerf. STC3. Oh, I actually didn't look at this yet. Is +6 and keeps them really close. So that's really good. Verdict. Buff. Forward 4. Not really much more to say than that. Except that that's just a great buff for him. 1+2. I wasn't able to recreate that. I'm gonna just say Sabaki's. I don't know. Reduced distance is a good thing, so we're just gonna call it a buff, even though I was unable to recreate that myself. It's looking pretty good, Feng bros. It's looking pretty good, Feng bros. People who don't like Feng, it's not looking as good for y'all. Back turn 1. I'm not considering it a nerf, but because I don't really see how this changes anything for Feng. DVD. Where were we? 4-4-3-3 or 4-4-3-4. So it's a buff. It's a buff. Okay, forward 1+2. I think we're almost done here. Opponent's recovery time when blocked has been increased by... Oh, right. Okay, so I think what this does is... that's why I was going to hop on, but I don't want to keep you if you're planning on wrapping up. I mean, hop on. Yeah, hop on. We're still here. We can... Well, I'm still doing this. Forward 1+2. Oh, yeah. So basically, in heat at full charge... gives, so this is an interesting change. So it allows the back 4, the new move to connect. Obviously, this is just a straight buff, so they gave him just one extra frame of advantage there. So you should see a bit more utility. I feel like Feng's I-10 doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, so just getting the I-10 is not super great. And then like if you're in heat, yes, the back one does get the heat shoulder follow-up, but in neutral, it's in neutral, sometimes the back one whiffs. So the best you're gonna get is 122, which is less than 20 damage from the scaling. This just gives you more incentives to go for the full charge. So this is actually a really good buff. We're still just gonna call it buff. Crouch dash 1. I am calling this a nerf. Omega nerfed. CD2. This is a big buff. Verdict buff. Okay, he's got another buff. Backswing blow. Without a doubt, a nerf, but I think that the ease of input is you're gonna see this move more, like I mentioned earlier, because the back forward input can sometimes be tricky for Tekken players or like new players. So you're gonna see a lot of like, especially like scrubby Feng players use this more. Stomp. We're gonna call this a nerf. I'm not gonna go over these ones that don't have a up. Yeah, they just kind of bug fixes. Down forward 3. This is definitely a without a doubt a nerf. Back 4. Advantage. It's tough to do this one separate from the other one because advantage on hit reduced. Now just -2. And it punishable on. Am I on the right one? Oh yeah, I'm on the right one. Punishable at -4. At -10, sorry. But still, however, extensions kind of nullify punishment. So there's a risk to punish this move. Verdict is TBD, because it's certainly not a buff. However, with the new utility of back 4 too, punishing back 4 is risky now. So it is a nerf, but it's hard to just say this is a nerf without factoring in some of the other situations that you get off this move now. Up forward 3, verdict. Nerf. Wall standing 2, no wall splat. So that's it. Going through everything, yeah, so it looks like 11 buffs, 8 nerfs, 3 TBDs for Fangs. These are kind of like ambiguous aspects of the changes that I can't really make a hard call on if they benefit him or make them worse. However, these buffs very much like outweigh the nerfs. Like some of these buffs are very, 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 very good. While standing 1-3 being a heat engager, back to 2 launching again. I didn't look at anybody else. I don't know how crazy anybody is, but in a vacuum, if they did all this stuff and they kept everybody the same, top 5 easily. He's back in top 5, maybe even higher than that. He's a threat. He's a threat. Oh, I didn't go over the back 3 change, but you know, whatever. We call that I could do this off the top of my head. We're gonna call that a TBD because I like that it doesn't knock down now, so that's what I'm going with. And yeah. So those are the changes. That's it, everybody. That's it. It's been great having y'all. Peace out.